How do I start my day on the right foot? No, like, the right foot. I mean, the right way.
So to understand this, we need to take a look back a few thousand years to the Jews in the desert when they had to build the Mishkan, the Tabernacle.
The base for the tabernacle was the foundation. Now, this foundation was not like what they make now, where they just take a bunch of stuff, stuff it on the ground and say, wow, FDA approved. No, this was made out of solid silver blocks that were put on the ground in which they stuck beams. And that's because the tabernacle was meant to be portable, to move wherever they needed to go.
And in the sockets, Jews put the beams, the walls, which were 10 cubits tall. They also hung the curtains and had all the other things that they needed within the Mishkan, within the tabernacle.
And of course, to fund such a major project, the Jews did their favorite thing, fundraising. Yes, you bet, they took money from other Jews. There was a GoFundMe. Every Jew had an obligation to give the same amount towards the foundations. They had to pay that half a shekel coin for those foundations.
And for the rest of the Mishkan, every Jew was able to give according to his own ability. The rich people, like the rabbis, who of course make a lot of money, they gave a ton of money, at least $360. As for the more poor people, like the janitors, they gave a little bit of money, $18. People like that guy. And as for the lawyers, the doctors, all the other people who spend their whole life doing nothing in school, they gave something in the middle, like $180 or something like that.
And just as there was the physical Mishkan, so too there is a spiritual Mishkan that each and every one of us have to build. And that starts with the simple foundation. That donation that everybody gave that was the same amount. The boring parts of life. The do of what God tells us to do. You see, our intellectual and emotional faculties are very important, but that represents my specific, unique dimensions as a person. But to connect with God who is infinite, and I'm finite, I'm not even 6 feet tall. I have to be willing to go past myself, to go past my understanding and past my feelings. And that is expressed by the foundation, that is expressed by the simple donation, and that is expressed by doing what God tells us to do.
But to be a complete person, we each need to use out our beams, our 10 faculties, like the 10 cubits, our 3 intellectual faculties, and our 7 emotional ones. To do the mitzvah, to do the commandments, each person according to his individual level.
And the takeaway is
that every morning when you wake up, before you roll over, pick up your phone and see what your friend sent you as to why the Eagles lost from
go
the Super Bowl.
Chiefs!
Take a moment and say, thank you God for returning my soul to me, and I'm going to use out this day to the max, to my max capacity, to do what I can to be the best Jew that you want me to be.
And this is expressed in the prayer that we say right away when we wake up in the morning. Maida ani lefanecha, which means I give thanks before you. Now the word maida, I give thanks, can also mean submit and mission. In addition to giving thanks to God that He returned our soul to us and has given us a new lease on life, we also submit ourselves, because that is the foundation how we start off the day on the right foot.
Shabbos.